Good morning, folks. Excuse the tired look. It is 6 a.m., but I am here to try and find you a few winners today. I said I'd come on here quick before I go for a quick run. And yeah, let's just touch on yesterday. Our nap of the day, finishing third, Get the Pot. Don't lose faith in Get the Pot. Definitely raced a little unfurnished and green at times, and probably just challenged too wide around a tight track like Huntington, and then the winner kind of got a run up the inner and things, but probably wouldn't have bet the winner anyway. But just moving forward, we will not lose faith. This horse has plenty of upside against the handicapper Get the Pot, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it go on and win a couple once it gets the hang of things. Okay, then we were unlucky with L'Operateur. We flagged him up 12-1. Just find him 1-2 good in Windsor. So really unfortunate there. But I hope you got the each way money. And yeah, really nice when you spot a horse like that around 10 and 12-1, and you know it should be a lot shorter. So they're the kind of horses I want to try and find you. So look, bear with us, we'll get there. And yeah, moving on to today. So let's go through a couple of horses. So we'll start off, I suppose, with the earliest race, the 2:45 in Newmarket. So there's a horse here, Scottish Summit. Now, it could outrun its odds. It's 14-1. It brings solid Newmarket form to the table. Recent form not so solid, but I'm always prepared to let a horse run into form and come to a track that they're familiar at and do well at. But it is a tough race. But Scottish Summit ran in the link in the last day. Kind of a mid-div, just behind mid-div finish, but ran okay, not like a lost cause. So I think it can definitely outrun its 14-1 odds back in Newmarket. There is another horse in that race, Rossarine, the very talented Rossarine, rides for Michael Bell, Maxi Boy. Definitely a horse to keep an eye on, if not today, moving forward in the future. By Oasis Dream, and has some nice bits of form. Little bit of a troubled career so far. We haven't really seen it out, but definitely Maxi Boy to keep an eye on there. And I think Scottish Summit can definitely maybe run a little bit better than the 14-1 odds. So let's move along swiftly to the 4:05 in Newton Abbott. Court Royale, good ground around Newton Abbott after a rock solid staying on second behind our nap there last week before midnight. So Court Royale for me in Newton Abbott, I just think boasts brilliant form. Yes, it is even money, but sometimes you just have to say its recent runs are rock solid. The ground is nice. Newton Abbott, flat track, 3 mile. I just think everything's in favour today. Tom O'Brien in the saddle, fresh after his grade 1 win in Aintree. So really like this horse today. I think he can really get it done, and maybe get it done in style. Okay. And more. So here's a very interesting mare today in the 5:15 at Fairyhouse. And more Vadadero. Now, I think there's two things that could be a big help to this mare. Personally, she's probably not the best mare in the race, but she is one of the most consistent mares. And I just think Jordan Gainford getting the £7 off is going to be massive for this mare. And I think with the cheek pieces on. So she has cheek pieces on, plus a good £7 claimer, and I just think this could swing it in her favour enough where she might be able to snatch a win. So let's hope the consistent Armored Vadero in the 5:15 can get it done under the talented young Jordan Gainford. So I just think with those two attributes, cheek pieces on, £7 claim, she's so consistent, it might just be enough to get her home. So big each way shout for her at I think she's around 6 or 7-1. So yeah, she's definitely don't quote me on that price, but she's around that price, and if so, she's rock solid, especially with the £7 off. Okay, we'll move on then to an interesting runner, just one to treat with caution in the 6 o'clock at Newcastle. Mick Mack. I just think Mick Mack has had a terrible time of things. It's after tumbling from, it was second off a mark of 87 and is now down to a mark, and it has won off 80 and maybe 81 or 2, but it has been running terrible, and it has dropped down to to a mark of 70. Now, it hasn't really raced on the all-weather that much, but it has a couple of times in the past. And I just think, being by McPhee, it's a specialist miler pedigree. And I just really think Mick Mac, if found some form off a mark of 70, could really show us something here today. So just treat it with caution. Watch the market. See if there's any money for it. It's around the 10-1 mark. And yeah, if there's any money at all for Mick Mac, definitely a horse off a mark of 70 that could do some damage if it found its old form. Okay, thanks for following the channel. I appreciate you all. I'm Mad Murrigan. The time for codding is over.